If you've already registered and created an account, watch this short tutorial on how to go ahead and contribute content. Once you've registered, you can log into the site by scrolling to the bottom of the front page, clicking the login, your username, and password. When you first log in, you can then see this little black bar at the top, and to add content, all you need to do is click New Post. This will take you to the WordPress editor, and you can then create a title, content for your post, and add images and add it to a category. So that I don't forget, I'm going to make this one about boots in the equipment category. If we don't choose a category, it's going to default to the news page, which will put it in the wrong place. This article I've already written up in a Word document, and this is about Adidas Somi ski boots, which I remember fondly. And I'm just going to copy the text that I've already written, and I'm going to paste that into this area, which is the text editor. I'm just going to do that with a copy paste command, and this text editor bar is pretty familiar. You can see how you can highlight, you can add a link. Right now I don't have an article about the binding, but if I wanted to link to that article, I could highlight that, click the link button, and start typing the name of the article in. It would find that other post or article for me. The other thing I'd like to be able to do on this post is add a featured image that will appear above that in the post. And I recommend that you use featured images that are landscape or skinnier. And I'm going to choose on the lower right hand corner to set a featured image. I'm going to select a file from my desktop. I'm not sure which one I want, but I think it's this one. I'm going to choose that. Have it upload the image, just long and skinny. It's fairly small already. It's 525 by 288 pixels, 290K. We don't want to upload really large images. Best practices is also to name that image with a title. I've got that already named. Adidas Norm 38 System. I'm going to just shorten that, take off the whole thing, and put Adidas Somi ski shoe. And it's not a bad idea to also have alt text. I usually use the same thing as I do for the title. We want to have a caption appear under that. It won't appear in a featured image, but it will appear if we put that image on the page. And now this image will appear at the top of the page once it's published. As a contributor to this site, I can't publish it live, but I can submit this for review. If I want to see what it looks like beforehand, I can hit this preview button. Essentially, this button right here is the save button in WordPress. We hit preview. We'll see this is what my article is going to look like. I noticed that it opened it up in a new tab, so I can go back to the original one and say submit for review. If I want to edit that, I can go right ahead. One thing you might notice in this bar as you mouse over these, most of them are pretty obvious. If it's this last one though, the toolbar toggle, is something that as a new user you may want to click. You should only have to click it once and you'll see a second level, second row of options for the editor. And although you won't need to use these most of the time, things like being able to increase the indent for a quoted section for your article, you can use the block quote or the increase indent. Things like if you're copying and pasting from another web page, if you use this button, it will remove a lot of the formatting that you've gotten. Generally, we don't change the text color, although you have the capability of doing that, but there are these additional things. Once you've clicked that button once, it will work on all your future posts in the editor. If we want to put a heading, if it's a longer structured article, and you want to just, for instance, add a section about, you know, awards 1, and you want that to be a subheading, you can pull this down, and rather than just making it bold or bigger text, you can set that as a lower level heading. The title of the article will be a heading level 1. So use this for formatting subheadings within the longer article posts. I'm going to just take that out. If I want to add additional pictures in here, the Add Media button will let me either select from images or upload additional files. And if I want to add these pictures, I can either drag and drop them, or I can upload them. It's best to keep images sizes under about 1,000 pixels on the largest. I usually save at about 960 by 720 for a landscape image. And so if I wanted to add this image into the post, I'm going to put in a caption on it. And notice that this right now is kind of left aligned within the post. If I click on that image there and I want to align it in the middle of the post, I can click the pencil, click edit, or if I want to get rid of it, I can remove it there. Once I have made any changes, I can then submit the post for review. And if I want to look at the preview of the post now, I can see this. I probably am going to go back and add some credits for these photos. That's a good place to do that within the caption. Notice that my caption doesn't show up in a featured image on the page. And if I've added it to the correct category, once that has been approved, it'll show up under the, it's going to show up under equipment and under boots. This is the way the post will appear under equipment boots section when it's been published. This is the actual category for cross-country ski boots. Once you've submitted the post and it's been approved, you won't be able to edit it anymore. You will be able to add comments to the post. If you want to make changes, you'd have to submit a comment so that an administrator or an editor can do it. You can see this post has been edited before it was approved with some additional images and some credits for it. Anyway, that wraps up this video tutorial. Please add comments below if you have any questions or clarifications.